I'm Sebastian Ältester. I'm a master student at the UAS Aachen. I joined the Carologistics team about 6 months ago. The Logistics League was founded by one of my professors at UAS Aachen, Mr. Alexander Ferrein, and they had the idea that it might be an interesting concept to have a league centered around a smart factory and also with a focus on planning. They actually started out as a scientific team, but this year we came here to win the competition, so the focus kind of changed. Why I like doing this? I don't know. I first started out having a fascination when my dad bought the first computer, and then I kind of strayed away from liking the software so much, and I started to be fascinated how the moving parts of the robot interact with the sensor data. And I mean, for a human it's pretty natural to just see something and grab it, but for the robot you have to teach the robot what it sees and then how to grab it. And for me that's like magic. I mean, the robot just goes there and out of nothing it picks the product and hands it to you. These ones actually aim to drive around the field without any crashes and not crashing into the stations. Then they want to pick the products which are currently just small plastic cups with plastic rings and plastic caps, which are a replacement for a real product, if you will. And then they would like to grab those safely, carry it around the field safely, and then deliver it to another station to be produced even further, or be delivered to the end station where the points will finally be awarded. And the production phase is where the robots will actually start doing something. You can see there are several kinds of stations. They are divided into base stations, cap stations, ring stations, delivery stations, and storage stations. Completely autonomous. It has to be completely autonomous because it's in the rule book. Once you press play, you cannot stop it unless you call for the referees to get a maintenance. But that's the only thing you can do. The robots certainly are on the cutting edge, but the stations you see here, they have been in use for quite some time. It's also a community-driven league, so there's, Festo is obviously the sponsor, which they are giving the stations to us. But since the league is community-driven, all the stations are actually maintained and programmed by one of the teams. The most part is probably debugging, because the code that you write, you will have to test it. So I would think, for me, the project that I'll be working on, which is setting up such a test smart factory, is going to be a one-man job for about 2 years. Well, actually, the really, really big goal that I have is to become an astronaut and be one of the first humans on Mars and stay there. But I guess that's a bit far-fetched, so for the nearest future I will be working at my university as a research project, actually a research project that specifically is centered around the Logistics League, and I'll be doing that for the next few years, and afterwards I'll see about getting there on Mars.